cloud out there. They said it was like um, just 20 or 30%, I think. But around here, it can just get cloudy and do it. But that usually though it don't spin just for a second. That one was trying to lag on. Yeah, it must be trying to come up a cloud outside or something. It says my signal's strong, but they did say it's, uh, I think 20 or 30% chance scattered thunder showers late this evening. So around here, it can come up one little cloud and knock you off. Um, but I do got good news. You know how you were talking about the earbuds that well, it's probably just the weather, love. Hey, Paula, when the weather's bad around here, it can just cloud up, and you'll start that spinning crap. But usually, when it does that, I jump off. I delete the one that was just dead, and then start another. But uh, them earbuds just talking about that translates. Well, when I went to my channel, YouTube has got it fixed now where that no matter where you're listening from or watching, it's going to translate that. So for the people that's like over, let's see, we got some in Singapore, we got some in uh, Taiwan that speaks Cantonese. We got uh, some from Vietnam. Um, well, we got them from everywhere, really, all four corners. But it's no matter where you're going to watch from, it's going to translate to your language. Hey, holla girl. No, holla.
Holly?
Holla
Holla. My bad.
with an A.
My bad.
Uh, she's waving back there.
Hey. Beside
That was Crazy Charlie Brown came on. Hey, Cassie. Well, we hanging in here. On 5 likes. Hit the thumb. Hit that thumb. Always try to think and hit that thumb. And that way we know how many was in this. Well, I can look right here and see how many's in the back, but I can. That's another good thing that YouTube's been doing. It shows who is subscribed and who is not. There's 32% of watchers here that are not subscribed yet. Uh, so I who knows? Maybe one day they may. Did you sub up? Mary Goodroad. Hello and welcome. Well, how did I know? Just
well,
now
you
come
asked,
up.
did you sub up? So.
Yeah, said I did. So I said, did you sub up? Well, that's good. Well, hello and welcome to JSV. Uh, yeah, this here's weird because YouTube usually don't do a whole lot until you start, really getting somewhere. And they're they're doing some crazy things, but now this kicking off and causing it to spin is the weather, messing up the internet. That's all that is. But again, we've got people from all around the world that have to watch us at different times, and they have to do, they have to set theirs for whatever language they speak. Well, now it's going to automatically do it. So the ones we got like in Singapore, Vietnam, wherever, they they'll get it in their language. So that's cool of YouTube to do that. And then they let me know who's subscribed and who's not, who unsubscribes and who don't. $17 on and 9 likes. Come on, guys. I know there's a bunch sitting in the back. Hit it. Um, let's just try to start this again. If it goes to spinning and it stays doing that for a minute or two, I'm going to jump off and come back on. But I'll give it a minute to stop first. So just know I'll come back on. Let's just listen.
It wasn't found in a police raid. It wasn't handed over by a witness. It was hidden deep inside a dusty plastic storage bin behind stacks of children's clothes. No one had touched in months. A single envelope, unmarked, except for 6 words. Not to be opened unless something happens. Inside, the handwriting was rushed, almost frantic, a mother's voice captured in ink, speaking from a place of fear most of us will never know. In this letter, Malaya didn't talk about love or birthdays or the simple memories a parent cherishes. She spoke about taking her children away, about keeping them from Daniel at all costs. She wrote of changes in his eyes, of things she'd seen that she could never forget. And then came the line that would silence an entire room of investigators. If you're reading this, it's already too late. The CPS held this letter in their hands for days before the public ever heard a word about it. And when they finally stepped to the podium, what they revealed was far more than anyone was ready to hear. This is not just a missing persons case anymore. This is a story about warnings ignored, truths buried, and a question no one can shake. Was this letter the desperate act of a mother trying to protect her children, or a confession from someone who already knew they'd never be coming home? But before we dive into this, kindly subscribe to our channel if you believe in fighting for justice. We've just crossed 3,000 subscribers.
Sharon Parker, hello and welcome back. I hope you're subbed up, Sharon. If not yet, you must like the content. You're back. So if you don't care, make sure you are. Hey, Connie. Hey, everybody. That way I ain't missing nobody.
Yeah.
Just, hey. The moral of this right here, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to listen about this right here. And we're also going to reach back out to a Jaden Spicer. This right here tells me that CPS and RCMP and authorities are trying to do their job. Hey, Christy. So here you go. Well, that's like Daniel's mom. she refused them to come in the house or the camper. So she made them go out there to the car and get a search warrant. Now, cops can have a uh, search warrant in 30 seconds from inside the car. Um, that's usually why judges can't stand police, because they have to wake up in the middle of the night and press a button that'll print their name on the search warrant. But anyhow, Malaya has wrote a note and telling some stuff. But in the beginning, RCMP says that they're going to leave out a majority of some stuff that they don't yet want put out to the public. And they're going to hold that until court date. So that tells me that they had to get a search warrant to go into Malaya's mom's house, because they found this letter in an old tote that was probably in a garage or something. So with them doing that, and they, Malaya may be hiding, because I'm sure she's already known about Daniel and Darren, so that's probably why they got more easy access to get in and search there, knowing she probably wasn't there. But if she was there, then she would be in custody. So they won't bring that out. I don't know. We ain't got it. We ain't listened to it all the way through yet. They say they ask you the question, is it a mother trying to protect her children from him, or is it something that she wrote that's the reason she knows that if you're reading this by now, you know the children ain't coming home, kind of deal. So I would say, if true feelings, yeah, she knows they're not coming back. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, after we do Jack and Lily, we will deal with Jaden Spicer. So here we go.
All because of your support, and we need that same energy to reach 4,000
then shut up.
Without checking their phones every hour. When the CPS spokesperson finally walked into the small municipal hall in Pictou County, the air inside felt like glass, fragile, waiting to shatter. Every camera lens turned, every pen hovered above the page. In her hands was the letter, not a photocopy, the real thing. You could see the fold lines, the smudge of ink near the signature, the faint crease where
23 on was just 25 and 15 likes. I know you guys are sitting in the back. I know you guys have not ever jumped in here in the chat. But if you're going to sit in the back, at least hit that like button. We appreciate it very much.
Someone's thumb had pressed into the paper too tightly. She began not with reassurance, but with a warning. This is a deeply troubling document. Its contents will be shared in part, but some details are not suitable for public release.
See what I'm saying? Not suitable for public release. So there's some things in there that's quite telling. Yeah, that's right. That'd go good right now. Help do some sleeping.
Then came the sentences that would send ripples through the town. The letter indicates a premeditated plan to remove the children from their home. It names specific fears about an individual known to both children, and it strongly suggests that the writer believed harm was imminent. For a moment, the room was still. Even the camera shutters seemed hesitant, because this wasn't just another procedural update. This was the first time the public heard there might have been a chance to stop this, and that chance had slipped through everyone's fingers. The letter wasn't typed. It wasn't polished. It looked as if it had been written in a hurry, the kind of hurry that comes when your hands are shaking and the clock is not on your side. The handwriting slanted downward, words crowded together, as though they were racing each other to get to the end. The ink bled in certain spots, small dark pools where the pen had pressed too long against the paper, and near the bottom, a faint blur, as if a tear had fallen and dragged the ink with it. In the letter, Malaya spoke directly to no one, and yet to everyone. She didn't name herself. She didn't say where she was, but she named Daniel. She wrote of her fear that the children were not safe with him. She wrote of nights she claimed to have heard things, sounds she couldn't explain, questions Jack asked that she didn't want to answer. Then came the line that froze everyone in that room. I am trying to get Lily and Jack away from him before something happens. If anyone finds this, know that I tried to do what was right. The silence after those words was almost unbearable, because whether you believed Malaya or not, the truth was this: her letter was a desperate act, and it was written before the children disappeared. The letter wasn't the first warning, not even close. CPS had been inside that home before, multiple times, and each time they left, with files that tell a story most people in Pictou County have never read, and may never get to. There were welfare checks, triggered by anonymous tips and concerned neighbors. One report described faint bruising on Jack's upper arm, in the shape of fingers. It was written off as rough play.
Zaxby's just dropped new lemon pepper, so you can get that zesty lemon and pepper flavor you.
A little girl who had once been talkative, curious, and always smiling, had become quiet, withdrawn, and hesitant to make eye contact. The observation was filed, but no follow-up interview was ever scheduled. Then there were the medical records. A doctor flagged possible neglect after an exam, but marked the report incomplete because follow-up details were never provided by the caseworker. And when case statuses should have been escalated, when a pattern was forming that screamed for intervention, they were instead downgraded. Files marked low risk, visits reduced instead of increased. Each downgrade was another opportunity lost, and each lost opportunity brought Lily and Jack one step closer to where we are now. The letter raises more questions than it answers. Why was it hidden, tucked so far away it took weeks for investigators to find? If Malaya truly feared for Lily and Jack's safety, why didn't she leave it somewhere obvious, somewhere it couldn't be ignored? And if she feared Daniel so much, why wasn't there a single documented legal action against him? No restraining order, no emergency custody petition, no formal complaint, not one. Was this letter a desperate warning, a final cry for help that never reached the right eyes, or was it something else? An excuse prepared in advance, in case the truth about what happened to Lily and Jack ever came to light. The handwriting was rushed, the ink smudged, but the intention behind it, that's where the mystery lies. Because this wasn't just a note, it was a piece of a puzzle, and right now, it's the piece everyone is afraid to place on the table. The letter is short, just under a page, but each sentence feels like a weight, pulling you under. First line, they don't know what he's capable of. Who was she warning? CPS, the police, a future reader, and more importantly, what did she see in Daniel Martel that no one else would or could acknowledge? Then I've seen the change in his eyes. It's the kind of line that freezes you. It suggests a before and an after, a shift from the man she once trusted to someone she may have feared. And finally, the most chilling of all, if you're reading this, it's already too late. Too late for what? Too late to save them. Too late to escape, or too late to...
See? Yeah, they CBS has failed on terribly, terribly. And you know, that's why, the ones that are dealing with the remains, uh, RCMP, coroner's office, DNA matching, um, the whole 9 yards. They know that they have failed these people, and not only them, but to everyone that has a heart. Yeah, or either shut down and come up with some other kind of company that knows what they're doing. Uh, I think this was a letter for being afraid. I think this was, she knowed what it got into. They got into the dope and whatnot, and things become a money issue, and her seeing somebody else, and it just blowed up. And it, I I do not see, and I still say today, I do not see that Daniel did this by himself. I cannot see that. Why? I don't know. I do not know. But poor little old Summer the other day, she said something, and I believe I listened to it in my earbud, and I think she said, "Tell him." And it's talking about Jack. I mean, Daniel taking Jack to the bathroom, flipped, and sounded like really stepped in and said, that was her mom. For 1 minute, that every bit of this is on Daniel. I think that they were more things that were to come that would be premeditated from Justin, from their nuts, uh, and a couple of other people still to come because they knew that it was getting. And I believe in these final acts was not done only by Daniel. Really, I don't. I I think drugs and money and jealousy took over the whole deal. Just to be honest about it, you know, and not put amount of faults that's coming from my train of thought. When I'm saying this, I'm picturing it in my mind. A home, a trailer. You got 3 or 4 or 5 people in it all at one time, all the time nearly. Yapping mom, kids doing what they do. But apparently they were walking around on needles trying to not, upset Daniel or Malaya because plainly says that mom was always mad. Daniel was a maniac, always angry, beaten. So, no, there's no way someone can tell me that Daniel did this on his own. No, that dog won't hunt. But what it does mean, like I said, they had to have a search warrant to get in Malaya's mama's home. And either Malaya's on the run, or either Malaya is interrogated, and that dirt, you know, he told too much. He told way too much, way too quick.
Mhm.
But I think he tried to cross Daniel up. See, what a lot of people don't understand, and I'm going to explain. A lot of what we get here is not from what somebody here on YouTube tells. Mm-mm. We listen sometimes to see what they're saying, but then we listen to the children, and then we can see the difference between the lie and the truth. So a lot of this stuff that we get is from the children themselves and past loved ones. Like I said, it's like a book, but if you don't want to read the next page, you see it somewhere else as is actually happening. And then you go back and read the book, and it don't read the same way that the script did on the play. Same thing. So people that have tried again to say that I've said things, well, all you got to do, and let me tell you real carefully what you got to do. You got to shut your mouth, open your ears, sit back, and listen to these babies talk. They will tell their own story. Lily sounded so happy, and she said, finally free. Those are very words. Finally free. Okay, love, be careful. Not this time, no. Uh, they done did that. Um, like thing, I guess their moms that was in some totes. I think. See, that may be the part that they're leaving out. They're not wanting to. They're not wanting to tell it all, and they're just giving us bits and pieces right here. They, if they found it, if they found it at Daniel's place, then we automatically know he's done. He's done over with. Uh, but again, like they just said, why wouldn't she have let this be out somewhere to the public so somebody could find it if she was really scared for the wealth of the health of the children? Uh, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to hide something like that. But with it saying, if you've already read this, then I guess it's already too late. Then again, when Dan at Malaya, he exposed that. So she would have to go down with him and her nuts. And now it'd be his mom, her mom too, because they knowed it, and a few others. When when she stepped away, didn't offer to help none whatsoever. this was a whole set up plan. And like I said, there's some more to come, but we will not get it till they get ready to go to courthouse. I mean, to court, because it would influence something bad for a couple of them. And that's with anything that you got some good hard evidence on. You don't want to put that out to the public until it's time. That's just like playing cards. You don't want to waste a good hand on the first go around. And again, if it was at her mom's, then they had to get a search warrant to do so. And at the same time, they would have taken her into custody. If they found it at, well, then you automatically know that they've done got Daniel as well. I know that they were looking for Darren, no nuts. So apparently they probably got him now, because they ain't nobody showing up out in public anymore. None of them. And that only says one thing. It's supposed to be innocent till proven guilty. Well, now it's guilty till proven innocent. And we all know. And that's all around the world. But I do believe that there were times that Malaya was scared of Daniel. But I think when they were on that dope all the time, it was mutual. And they would take their anger out on these children. And I think it went too far. Portuguese. Uh, it should be already putting it in your language so you can hear it better. I wonder if that just started, or YouTube made it where everybody can hear in their own language.
Oh, there's no clue.
Apparently it just started, so maybe it might take a day or so. I don't know. But it's supposed to, no matter where you're at, help by putting it in your language. But I'll try to speak up. Yeah, if you had some earbuds, it would really help.
Stop what she feared would happen. CPS has confirmed the handwriting is Malaya's. No forgery, no misattribution. These were her words, her warnings. But the silence that followed, the inaction, makes those words feel less like a warning and
Now, you heard, it sounds more like a warning to people. Because let me tell you something, she cut out. She got out of there. So maybe they did find this at Daniel's instead of her mom's. Or either or. I don't know. Unless they tell it directly. But either way, she didn't give a flip about these children. She knowed what they did. She knowed what the plan was. And the children sat and said plainly. They all sit down together and tried to figure out what to do to expose of the evidence. And that's something that Daniel said, once Malaya turned her back to him, got him pissed off. So he agreed to that, and he put it out to the public that they on what to do with the evidence. So that right there in itself. Okay. Hey, Carol.
more like a prophecy. The letter is short, barely a page, but every single line lands like a stone in the gut. It's not rambling, it's not chaotic, it's deliberate. Every word chosen. The first line reads, "They don't know what he's capable of." It's vague, and yet painfully clear. This wasn't about a minor argument or a bad day. It was a warning, a plea, a sentence that should have set off alarms loud enough to wake the whole town. Who was they? CPS? The police? Or was she talking about all of us? Next, she writes, "I've seen the change in his eyes. That's not just fear talking. That's recognition." Something in Daniel Martell shifted, and Malaya saw it. The kind of shift that makes you stop trusting the man in your own home. The kind of shift that turns a partner into a stranger. And then the line that takes the air out of the room. If you're reading this, it's already too late. Too late for what? Too late to stop him. Too late to get the children to safety. Or too late for her. For weeks, this letter sat unseen, buried somewhere it should never have been hidden. CPS confirmed today, the handwriting is Malaya's. This isn't speculation. This isn't rumor. These are her words, written by her own hand. And yet, nothing was done when she wrote them. The question now isn't just what did she know? It's why didn't anyone act when there was still time? When the letter's contents were made public?
Because she had it hid. That's why nobody did nothing about it. She had it hid.
It was like a second earthquake hit Pictou County. The grandmother, standing on the porch of her weather-beaten home, could barely find the words. Her voice cracked, and through tears she whispered, "If she knew, why didn't she speak?" It wasn't anger. It wasn't even accusation. It was disbelief, a grief that didn't know where to go. The volunteers, those who had walked miles of back roads, scoured ditches, combed fields in the pouring rain, felt something darker. Frustration, not at the children, not even at Malaya, but at the fact that they had been searching blind. All those hours, and a letter that might have guided them, had been sitting in a drawer somewhere. And then came the online storm. Half the posts defended Malaya, pointing out that fear can cage a person, that speaking out can sometimes be the most dangerous move. They saw her as a mother trapped. The other half accused her outright, said she had as much to answer for as Daniel. That this wasn't a warning, it was a confession. Every new detail wasn't just another headline. It was another crack in the community, a place already worn down by too many unanswered questions. By late afternoon, the steps of the CPS headquarters became the stage for something no one expected, an admission. The spokesperson stood behind the podium, her hands gripping the edges, as if holding on for balance. Her voice didn't rise, didn't falter, but the words themselves carried the weight of failure. We failed to connect the dots. We will not make that mistake again. For weeks, silence had been the only language from officials. Now,
Silence from the superficials. Just exactly what we've been talking about. We love you too, honey, Annie. Sometimes the least you say is the more you're saying. And that's what they're trying to say about her. Welcome. Uh, if it was hidden, how would they know that it was hidden before the kids went missing? What you do? Put a date on it? Anybody can do that. But yeah, all in all, CPS failed them. I love you too, honey. Uh, this right here is telling more than what they're wanting to, even though they claim that they are going to leave out the biggest portion of it because it would be devastating to any legal season searchers, or some way for them to make a phone call and get it twisted with a lawyer somewhere. But with them phones being tapped, uh, with uh, the confessions that Durwood and Malaya, um, Daniel, um, Cody, the boyfriend, um, and both parents knew about it. Of course, they gonna act like they didn't, but they did, and they've tried to hide it. There are gonna be a lot of people sitting in that courtroom, and some shackles and chains. I'm telling you. Maybe she wrote some of it out of fear. But there's nobody on the face of this earth could even brand me with a hot iron to make me do something to my children. They would have to kill me. And I'd be danged if I would stand by and let somebody do it in front of me. Some people, and you would think a mother would have that motherly instinct, because most are born with it. But when you take drugs and money and greed and wanting more and more and more, all you're doing is trying to push people out of your life. And if just so happen you can get somebody to do something about it, and you think you can play it off without getting caught, go for it. And that's what they tried to do. They couldn't go back to school. They had too many bruises and whatnot. You know, Monday, that Monday, he had two black eyes. Weezy, well, she had two black eyes, and that what they're not wanting to tell us right now. And this is it. This right here. This is going to be it. And I can assure you, when they go to court, this is what we're going to hear: that they were both in abusive relationships with each other, and that there were too many people coming in and out, dope being part of the problem, money, jealousy, and it took its toll on the family in the home. And they're going to try to plead, either with their lawyer saying, "I'll agree to this for a lesser sentence," or "I'm just going to say I'm not guilty." Yeah, yeah. So see, they're screwed. But see, they're nuts. Durwood know this. So and he's the one told on them. And once, the whole time through, Daniel was trying to protect Malaya all the way through until she turned her back on Daniel. Then he said, "Look, hey, we all sat down and tried to figure out what we needed to do to discard with evidence. And the only evidence that they had was the children and maybe the pillows and whatever else they was whipping them with." Um, I mean, I told you that I seen a bruise on his hand, on Daniel's hand that day, and y'all seen that scratch on his face. Well, he also had a bruise right here. You have to do something pretty hard to bruise that bone, let me tell you. So there's no telling. Now it'll come out in court, but there's no telling what else is going to be told in court. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster, I can tell you right now. Because you're going to have very, very few decent reports, I'm telling you. And their whole deal would be, it's a double homicide. Both be charged with it, and numbnuts. He's the one that when we listen to that phone call, I mean that them two talking is their nuts and I think the boyfriend or somebody that's talking about Daniel, and he said I was scared when I had to take that polygraph. He said after the 4 or 5 I've done killed, but who was it that said that? It was caught on there, and we've listened to it time after time. And they said they should have waited around and let them do Meadow the same way. So that's how sick and discreet these people are, especially that Durwood. But he was all about the money. I figure she probably thought that the law would take her side and would just put him in jail for murder. And that way she would have Daniel out of the way, you see, and her and her boyfriend could have a new start. Well, that backfired quick. So from the school nurse, no doctor's appointments, no nothing, no nothing. But CPS came a couple times and would just blow it off like nothing. And with it being hidden, she didn't want anybody, which is common sense. She did not want anybody to find that letter until they gave enough time to make sure that everything was already over with. So, yeah, it could have been from maybe an old tote under the bed at Daniel's house that it was shoved up in. No. Or Malaya's mom's. I mean, where else she gonna go? I mean, one of her friends that they used the car. Well, dang it, she probably can't go back there no more. And I heard when that uh, uh, Malaya and her mama is no more going to be welcome back into the res. So there you go. Uh, mm.
Oh, there was something else: accountability, and with it a promise. The CPS laid out a renewed plan, widening the search far beyond the immediate area. New locations were named for the first time: forgotten logging trails and remote hunting cabins.
Now remember, they're talking about when they started doing the searches, not now.
Deep in the backcountry, cabins tied to Daniel's own relatives. It wasn't just about combing the same ground again. It was about looking in places that, until now, had been dismissed. Places where someone could hide and never be found unless you knew exactly where to look. The mood in that moment shifted. It wasn't relief. It wasn't victory. But it was movement. And after weeks of feeling stuck, movement felt like oxygen.
And that right there, that movement, I'm gonna tell you what I see in it. Other people may feel different, may think different. I can't help it. Everybody got their own opinion. But I guarantee you, when these children were taken out of this basement and put outside and buried, I bet you Daniel went back and they were no longer there. They were where could be found at a easy trail route, but somebody beat him to the punch. A hiker or a couple of hikers found the remains. So they shot him out of the saddle of that money. Daniel knows that he's moved them children because they wasn't where they're supposed to be. And there it is. Malaya's stuck right in the middle of it, going on vacation, doing this, doing that, while your children's going through all this. They there's probably gonna be at least 4 that will never, never have freedom again. Now the parents, they'll probably get a fine for doing what they did, maybe even a little bit of jail time for not reporting it soon enough. But you know, all we can do is wish and pray that they hurry up and do it.
Asterisk for a case that had been starved of progress. The smallest spark now felt like a flare in the night. The CPS confirmed that the one hidden away for reasons no one yet understands had stirred something. Credible leads were coming in, not vague tips or recycled rumors, but details precise enough to act on. Within hours, canine units were back on the move. Their handlers, silent and focused, tracing new coordinates, whispered over radio channels. It was a return to the hunt, but this time, guided by something more tangible than hope alone. And the public, they were called upon again. A direct appeal. If you see Lily and Jack, if you see anything out of place, if you hear a voice where no one should be, call us. Do not wait. Do not assume someone else will. The words were firm, urgent, meant to pierce the fog of uncertainty that had settled over the community. For the first time in weeks, people weren't just waiting for news, they were part of it. The shift was almost immediate. By nightfall, candles were flickering again along Main Street, the same spot where vigils had once burned nightly in the first desperate days. People stood shoulder to shoulder, strangers passing lighters, murmuring prayers that floated into the cool evening air. The volunteer boards filled faster than anyone expected.
And let me tell you something. Now, people may see it different than me too on this, but you know, Daniel said he's 1,000% ironclad about everything, and he dropped it down to about 100%. Well, there's one thing that I'm 1,000,000% ironclad on is that the good Lord heard every prayer for them children. And some things was, yeah, too late. But what the Lord did was let somebody go hiking right in the direction of where the children was. They were not found by accident. There ain't nobody there in that city or state that don't know about Jack and Lily Sullivan. So that was a move by the good Lord right there to let them be able to find the remains. They all knew that Durwood was in it for the money. And that's it. That's all it was for him. But when he overspoke, didn't hear him no more. But now somebody said, well, YouTube lies. Yes, they do. But the children don't. And these people that try to criticize me, where am I getting my information from? Well, maybe they just wasn't born like me. Because I get answers straight from the source. Not from no update or some YouTube crap. Mm-mm. Now, listen, what they say, I jot it down, what I can hear. Thank you. But I shut them down pretty quick because they expected. Well, if I'm saying all this, why can't they find it on YouTube? Well, come to JSV and sub up and shut your mouth and open your ears, and hey, a few minutes you'll know where it's coming from. Right. Well, you know, I listen to the children and their past loved ones, and we got every bit of this within 4.5 days, and look how long it's taken them. I'm a backwoods hillbilly. I'm country fried, as they call it. But I wouldn't trade what I can do for nothing in the world.
Scrawled hastily on sign-up sheets, phone numbers exchanged, and
We talk about 5 minutes on this one.
maps unfolded on the hoods of trucks. It wasn't just the usual faces returning. There were newcomers, people who had quietly watched from the sidelines before, now stepping forward. And then came the grandmother. She appeared on a shaky live stream, her face worn but unflinching. The video spread faster than official press releases ever could. "We can't give up," she said, her voice trembling but strong enough to carry. "I don't care what they say about odds. I don't care how long it's been. Lily and Jack need all of us, every single one of us, to keep looking."
It reminds me of something, Alice. I think it happened yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Uh, they've been even some of my graveyard sessions. I helped a lady out named Miss Barkley down there at Cedar Hill. When I was done with it, I was walking back to my car, and a woman come up to me and said, "Thank you for what you did for that family." And it's all on video. You can hear it. Now I've been thanked. I've been thanked right here sitting in where I'm at right now. But I believe it was yesterday. Or it might have been the day before yesterday. I can't remember. But I heard one say, "Bless you, JD." You don't get something like that for no reason. I do it because it's the right thing to do. You know, and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Yeah. Because every time you rewatch, I guarantee you'll hear more and more new that you didn't hear in the beginning. You're right.
To keep sharing, to keep believing. Thousands watched, hundreds shared, and for the first time in too many days, there was movement, not just in the search, but in the spirit of the town. Asterisk, the letter changed everything. For 21 days, the streets of Pictou County had grown quieter, the search groups smaller, the conversations more hushed. People still cared. They always cared, but energy fades when all you're chasing is absence. Then suddenly the silence broke. By dusk that same day, the candles were back, the familiar stretch along Main Street,
Hey,
just
Christine.
outside the town hall, glowed once again. Rows of flickering flames lined the sidewalks, casting trembling light on the faces gathered there. There was no music, no speeches, just the murmured sound of names being spoken into the night. Lily, Jack, volunteer rosters, which for weeks had been half empty, began to swell. At the folding tables, pens scratched across paper, names filling every line. Retired mill workers, high school seniors, parents who had been keeping their kids close at home. They all showed up. Some brought dogs, others brought ATVs. A few brought nothing but their time and a willingness to follow a map into the cold darkness. And then, the grandmother's live stream. Her phone camera shook slightly as she held it, the glow of a single lamp behind her. Her voice caught almost immediately, but she refused to stop. I want everyone to hear me, she began. I don't care if it's 2 people or 2,000 watching. Lily and Jack need us, all of us. I don't care what's been said. I don't care how many days it's been. We are not done. Do you hear me? We are not done. In under an hour, the video had been shared across every local Facebook group, reposted on TikTok, clipped on Twitter. Comments poured in, not just from neighbors, but from strangers in cities, hundreds of miles away. People offering drones, search dogs, even vacation time from work to come help. The community wasn't just reacting to the news. They were reclaiming something that had been slipping away, belief.
Raising the next generation is a big job, but feeding them well, that should be deliciously simple.
Belief. And in Pictou County, belief is not a small thing. It's the spark that lights a vigil. It's the reason someone laces up their boots at midnight. It's what turns one person searching into 100. A letter never meant to be read, maybe the key to finding them. It was tucked away, silent, hidden, waiting for the right set of eyes. And when it finally surfaced, it carried with it not just Malaya's fear, but the sound of every unanswered question we've been too afraid to ask. If she knew something, why didn't she tell? If she was planning to run, why didn't she take them? And if these words were a warning, who was meant to hear it? We can't go back and ask her. We can't change the days we've already lost. But we can decide what happens with the days we still have. Because this isn't just...
I guarantee you, and I say this wholeheartedly, I believe the only part that they're leaving out and will not tell till it goes to a hearing is the plan being premeditated for who did what. They don't want to tell the gruesome side of it yet. They don't want to rile people up too much, just yet. But it's gonna come out in the wash. It's just terrible, terrible that this had to happen. Well, it didn't have to happen to these children. That gummit. Somebody reminded me the other day on here. I've said it a million times, but I said it's sad when someone can only find love in death. And somebody reminded me of that the other day. They made a comment. Yeah. Yep, they are.
Comes 7. And we happens.
Jaden Spicer.
Not wait.
Grandma.
You're well.
What about Grandma?
5 and 10.
Huh?
18.
What about Grandma?
5. 8.
And he says, I love you, Jack and Linda. Oh. Mama's bad.
False. It was
Jaden Spicer. We need to know where you are.
also this time.
All right, go ahead.
Sure.
Joni says with hearts, red, yellow, green, and blue. Jaden, you can trust us. Just talk to us, buddy.
Stop.
Who would stop you?
Electric.
This tape.
Well, that's where you let this child use your energy. You can use mine as well.
Look for
Jaden Spicer. Did you hear that native flute right there? Jaden Spicer. You said in a hole. And then I thought you said dig me up. Did you mean get me up?
It's
Because you said you got scraped. You got scratched when you fell.
you can.
In a what kind of hole?
Person.
A messy?
Serve it. Ability credit. Or UK.
Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Hold everything.
Beats.
Hold everything. Okay. Let's get one thing straight here, Jaden. I'm gonna tell you something here, and I want you to listen at me. We've heard that you were ADHD, that you lived with your grandma for a while, and I'm sure you miss her. Now you was having to live with your mom, but I do not care what you have done. Okay, harming someone is not okay. That's not your fault. They are places where you could have got treatment for this kind of stuff.
Demonstrators.
Jaden Spicer, your mom, Felicia.
Damn it.
What kind of
Morton.
stuff went on inside your mom's home
And out.
and out? Yeah. What happened?
Arnold.
500.
You said something about a hanging. Yes.
But I could.
Let me
Dust.
stop that for a second. Answer this right here. Yes, Savannah, you are very much correct. They do that for about 24 hours straight. Is something that has been going on in the native culture since time began. And they do not do that unless there's a death. And it has to be a proven death. So that is their way of letting everyone know that worst thoughts, that's what it is. They go by wind, fire, earth, Mother Nature, the whole 9 yards. They even praise to the sun, the moon, everything. Everything is spiritual with Native people. Like I said, my mother, she was full-blooded Cherokee Indian, and it's sad that Malaya is such a coward, and her mom being such a coward, and their nuts being such a coward, and trying to hide this. Now they don't want her mom, her family, or Malaya, or anybody in that res anymore. That's it. You got to go. Every single thing that a native does is for a purpose. I've been doing this now for a while, and there've been times where we hear, one time I was at a cemetery, and it sounded like a backhoe or something another was digging up there one time. And one time there was some music that was played. Uh, I remember Mother, she's standing there by Mama's grave. And this is about the third or fourth time we had one up there. And she said, I keep hearing uh, music. And one day I heard it too. So I went and found a tombstone in the middle of the cemetery. And I kept my speaker with me. And I heard a little music. And then I heard a woman say, I was pregnant. And Mother said, did she just say she was pregnant? That's just what I heard. And everybody is different. For natives, it's all about tradition. Us, it's about weeping, sorrow, um, praying for other people instead of just ourselves. Um, they just have a custom that has never ever changed and never will. That's why they don't deal with like our type doctors and stuff. They have medicine men, medicine women. We can't blame them for being the way they are, just like they can't blame us for the way we are. So when you hear something like that, and it's probably once in a lifetime deal, that's the second time I've ever heard that. And the first time was when me and Raymond was up there at that old Indian burial ground that has that mass grave in it down there, Scottsburg down in there. So yeah, there's a purpose behind everything. Yes.
Siri.
Jaden
Specialist.
Spicer.
But even at that, while I try back,
You were bruised.
and so we managed to get that.
So, squad. Then
I'm trying to. We need to know where you're at. Let him speak.
Group of them.
Do you believe that you're still close to your mom's place?
Like I think.
Jaden Spicer.
When you were senior.
Can you tell me about your grandma? What? Can you tell me about your grandma, Jaden Spicer?
I'll answer. Underneath.
Let Jaden speak.
I remember.
Do you miss Grandma, Jaden?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all right. Open it.
What? It was open.
They tore it. Tore what?
Australia.
I want to ask this again. I asked it earlier today. For 10-year-old Jaden Spicer from Jackson, Kentucky. Did someone take you out the house, or did you come out on your own free will? See, I said something that they're.
Richie. Eight. Was the fifth. Right.
Out of spite. You left your mom's home out of spite. Jaden Spicer, did you try to do anything to yourself? Did you try to harm yourself? If you don't want to share it, you don't have to, but we'd really like to know what happened to you.
Much.
And I'm going to ask it again. 10-year-old Jaden Spicer from Jackson, Kentucky. Did you
5,
do something to hurt yourself?
People.
See, when you ask a certain question, if they can't think quick enough, he's in the middle of debating. Should I say, yeah? Should I say? Now, you were correct about him being a handful. He's probably gonna tell half truths here. But no child. Now, y'all listen to what I'm fitting to say. A 10-year-old child. Okay. Let me start it this way. I had a friend that come out of the military, and he was stressed for 4 or 5 months. And he ended up taking his own life, and he videoed it, and I seen it. Now, remind you not, we're talking about a 10-year-old boy right here. but this was a full grown man. This is what the 10-year-old said, Jaden Spicer. Said hung in the house, hung, kicking while dying. Mom's happy. They hit me. He's not good. Dig me up or get me up. And he said something about a hole. And I'm wondering if he didn't try to take his own life and the branch didn't hold his weight and he fell in some sort of hole or crevice or something and was just exposed to the elements. But oh, uh, he said there's prints on the back of my neck. Uh, Parents wanted to get, or mom wanted to get married. And I asked, did someone take you out the house? And he said, I didn't want to go. It's a murder. So when I say a spirit is like Jaden, he would be a type person all his life, and he can't have it because that's the way he's got a mindset. They are billions of people out in the world just like this. They will make up things to say to you just to start a conversation with you, and then they just build it up more and more and more than what it was to start with. And over 97% of people do that. And I don't know if he wasn't on his meds. I don't know if they didn't give it to him. I heard from y'all that he had blue Sonic PJs on. He agreed with that he had them on. But then he said they killed. So yeah. Well, see, what's getting me is between saying they killed could just be a way of anger to get back at them. Someone hit me in the back of the neck enough times to leave some marks. I wouldn't be the one leaving the house, but still, all in all, it said they killed us. It didn't say he or she. It said they. Dig me up. He could have said lift me up or get me up or something. In the house, and then hung, kicking while dying. And my friend that passed away from hanging, his arms were stretched out down to his side, and his hands tilted in like this for some reason, and he would shake, and then his feet would kick, and then next thing you know, when that stopped, he wetted himself, and his face turned from pink to purple, and it was a very, very painful way to go. And this 10-year-old boy talked about this Now, with him being a child, did he look up on the internet about hangings and just come up with this fact and ran off? Did he watch on Google a real hanging? Did they do this? Uh, he agreed had ADHD. Yes, he missed his grandma. Um, it said health, and then a tree. I was bruised and scratched. Um, yeah, I mean there's a lot not being said here. Um, I don't. Maybe some people need to get some of their devices and check some of his history that he's, you know, talking about here. Uh, yeah, he may do it. He may do it. He definitely has some illnesses. Um, but for a 10-year-old to describe that in detail, mm,
I've got.
could have. Jaden Spicer. Earlier, you said something about a hanging.
But when you
This morning.
Yes, this morning.
so I say
Now,
M42.
Jaden
Don't listen.
Spicer,
Listen back.
did you actually do this, or
Suali
are you saying this just to get back at mom and Joshua Gross? Who was that child?
Sure, if you
hit a truck.
Well,
To ask you that is
ask me what?
become a
Become what?
Chris. It's kind of all.
Keep it focused only on Jaden Spicer. You've agreed that you had on your blue Sonic pajamas
Yeah,
and that you were bruised and you got scratched. Did you try to harm yourself?
the right side.
The right side? Okay. Did what you mean answer my phone? Y'all don't start that kind of stuff again. Listen, Jaden,
Ghost.
Spicer. We need to know these things so we can get somebody to find you.
But secure.
Some guy just asked that little girl, does she think that Jaden is cute? Ain't that gummit? Look here, this ain't no dating site, that gummit. That's one thing about the JSV here. You never know what's going to happen or be said around here. If it rings, I will.
Tonight.
Now, Jaden Spicer, let me ask you again. Did you go out into the woods and hurt yourself?
Yep. On mom?
What about and your mom? What did mom do?
Mom's
What? Joshua. Yeah, Josh. What light?
So I'm like,
Where's my? Oh,
We played what?
laser light.
Jaden.
What was in there on the table? Beside the chair.
The people love.
Has been. He knows that.
Yeah, he knows it. I know that.
But one of and they
You hand me that.
so did we get
Jaden.
backstory.
Jaden Spicer. I heard a gentleman say Josh.
The name.
Did Joshua have anything to do with your death? You don't have to be shy here.
It's for.
In this here device, you can touch it and it'll light up different colors for you. Like green, dark green, yellow, orange, and red. All anybody has to do is just touch it.
Yeah, some. What do they say?
Is it what? All you have to do is touch it. It's got a battery in it. Alicia. Yeah, I believe she's on. Wait a minute. Did you say Felicia? So far you said Josh
The whole way up.
the whole way up. And now you said Felicia. Okay. Okay, I was confused there. That's his mom. Yeah, I heard that too.
What did this?
Joni says, touch it. If you'll just touch it, all right, now you're getting somewhere. Yeah, touch it, buddy. Come on. Do you prefer us being with the lights on, or? Yeah, you did. I thought Alicia, and then I remembered you told me the name. So the man said his mom. Can you try to touch it again? Okay. Can you bring it to yellow? All right, go ahead. If you'll touch it and hold to it, you can get it up to different colors.
Just help.
Just try, Jaden.
Right.
If you were doing it, you seen that all you got to do is touch it or get close to it. But if you grab it, you can get it way up there. So I heard someone say Joshua, and I heard someone say Felicia. So
When it's Felicia.
what about her?
Changes.
Changes. She changed. What are you talking about? Let him speak. Jaden, Spicer, talk to me. Can you make it move again?
It's just
I know it takes energy to do so, but you can also use the energy from the battery within it. So if you don't care, go ahead and try it again. Like I said, it's light green now. You can get it over to dark green, yellow, orange, or red. We can do yes or no questions with this device. Jaden, Spicer?
Joey.
Well, we can.
4, 10.
Well,
3, 10.
Well, I could ask you a question, and you tell me, and then you tell me.
The test.
No, it ain't no test. It's just for fun. I ask you a question, and
Trust me, that's
and that's it.
hotel what?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Oh, hello, honey. A little 2-year-old baby sound like. Okay. To move it to the next little green spot, did mom hurt you? Did your mom hurt you? Okay.
Results good.
All right. Did Joshua hurt you? If so, bring it to the next green light.
A decent.
Did Josh hurt you? If he did, bump it to green, the dark green.
Out of the line.
Million.
What do you mean you told a lie? About what?
It's between.
Are you talking about the hanging? Could it be that Could it be that you fell into something and couldn't get out?
Been ruled.
Jaden
Time for the
Smith. Smith. Jaden Spicer. Did Joshua hurt you? If he did, bring it up to the next green.
Do we need a weapon?
You need a weapon? Don't think you need it anymore.
or the privilege.
It's in my hand. Don't pay attention to this. Pay attention to that meter. Touch it.
Given
Are you? Don't cover for anybody, Jaden, because you didn't deserve any of this. I don't care what you got wrong with you. You didn't deserve this. But we need to know if Mom did anything. You said they killed.
Lee,
So, what part are you saying you lied about?
Lee,
What?
It's brewing, right?
I don't doubt that. Been raining off and on for 2 months. Damn. Listen. Did you lie about being hung? Because you sure did put it in detail, just like it really is. Okay, so if you hurt yourself, can you touch the meter? And don't worry about my pen. If Joshua hurt you in any way, try your best to bump it to the next green. Can you do it?
I know.
I seen you were flickering it earlier. Use the battery energy in this as well.
for us.
It does. Well, it changes colors. You seen it? I like it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. The more you practice with it, the better you get. But you have to trust me that I'm only here to give you a voice and to try to let people be able to know where to find you. And we got little gadgets like this you can play with. I've got a laser grid somewhere you can play in.
Almost.
I bet it's still in there. Hey. You're doing awesome. Okay, at least you're showing effort. A lot of people don't, and that's the truth. But now we need to know the truth. Jaden Spicer.
Rugby.
You rubbed it. Did you learn to lie like this by your mom and
Seen
family?
them. Start of these get.
I wish you'd never pick up that habit.
Number 2.
Because if you tell a lie, then you got to try to tell another one to get out of that
To
one.
be
The next thing you know, is turn around biting you in the butt. So let's just be honest here. Use my energy if you need to.
Where you went.
Use the energy in the meter. You're doing okay.
Another.
He answered your question or your response there, Sabina. I like that. Whoever's doing that blowing around in there, you can go on.
Victory.
You're safe here. Here is a good place to talk about some hard things.
Yeah, MC.
Again,
Rubbish.
did you lie about the hanging? If you lied about the hanging, bump that meter again. Touch it. You got to touch it to make it go to the other side. Yeah, you still see it, but you got to touch it to make it go on up. You know that. You've been doing it.
But
If you lied about being hung, Jaden, make that go up to that dark green.
but
Use the battery that's in it. Alice says, thank you for trying. Spirit's always good to talk here. We love you. Yes. You're safe here. Yes. So, is it true that somehow you got hung?
The app.
Did you do it
The
yourself?
app.
Shush.
The app.
I said shush.
The app.
Get off of there, you dumb nut. Now, listen here. Did you lie about being hung? And if you did,
What?
bump it up to dark green. Just touch it. Did Joshua hurt you in any way? Well, touch it to tell us. This is a way that you can answer questions and whatnot without having to speak. That's just what that is. I mean, being your first time of using it, then yeah, you've done pretty daggone good. You're welcome. Did you have ADHD? Were you hyper? True enough answer. Did you lie about the part where you said they killed?
And it.
Huh?
Criminal. Says
Did you lie about the part where you said they killed? If you lied about it, try to light that back up to green again. I'm one of them. You're going to learn pretty quick, Jaden. I'm one of them type people that won't stop until I figure out what's going on. Yeah, criminal.
Hush. Hush.
Don't tell him to hush. I'll have Ava up your ass so fast it'll make your mama's head spin.
No.
Now,
No.
no, you're not. You're not lying about that. Okay. So, where are you? Are you in the woods, Jaden? And you said the word criminal. Are you? I need to ask one question at a time, kind of slowly. You said criminal. Are you talking about your mom and Josh?
Two. And the phone.
What about a phone? Did they take your phone away?
Rooney.
Are you in a landfill somewhere?
Warning. Warning.
Y'all can stop
Warning.
with that right there. Stay focused, Jaden Spicer.
Son.
You need to tell the truth all the time. That way, whoever did anything, if somebody did something to you, then they'll be held accountable.
Come.
But if you have done something to yourself, that's your own fault. You can't blame other people.
Frank.
Are you in the woods somewhere, Jaden Spicer? Yeah.
centers.
A scientist. Is that what you wanted to be when you grew up?
Bought with time.
Yeah. Alice says you got a beautiful voice. Can you see your mom's house from where you are? Close. Just about how close?
Just
Somebody is trying to interfere with him, giving out that direct answer on that.
ink.
Well,
They can't.
something about cabbage. We'll have to do some more of this tomorrow. I'll have to go stretch out just a little while. I hope y'all all enjoyed tonight, and we'll continue with Jaden tomorrow. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here.